Again, these are such unique finds. You're not going to find them anywhere else but right here at HSN, our exclusive brand of genuine gemstones, solid sterling silver. For those of you that expect the best, for those of you with discerning taste, I can't think of a more appropriate color to celebrate Memorial Day. So we're going to go big and bold with this Americana red coral graduated bead necklace. It is brand new this visit. If you haven't yet seen it, enjoy the free shipping and handling, the 5 flexible payments. This is some of the biggest pieces of coral I think I might have laid eyes on in my 14 plus years presenting jewelry on television, Jay. This is an extraordinary find. We're going to have the necklace for you. We will also have the matching earrings. Expect them both to go very quickly. Okay, I might have to sit down because these are breathtaking.
Okay, this is the only coral piece that Sarah and I are going to show you today. This is a phenomenal, not only a phenomenal piece, but it's a phenomenal price. Okay, number one, it's really hard to find this big material. Okay, this is the material that this is cut out of. Okay, to find this big material like this, this is almost impossible to get. Coral right now is virtually, I mean, you used to see,
look at the size of these.
think of people who have shopped with me for the 23 years that we've had the Mind Find show. We used to have every single color of coral that you can imagine. We had yellow, gold, black, blue. We've had angel skin, salmon. You know, we've had Mediterranean red coral. We've had all the different corals.
So pretty.
What's happened though in the coral world, there's no real fresh harvest of coral, okay? And corals are all protected in what they call the CITES program. So there's really, when you find all this material, most of it comes from the late 70s, early 80s. So when you're able to get coral and you get it this size, we really wanted to, we could have done one of two things, okay? We could have stretched it out and made, when we bought this rough, we could have stretched out the rough and made smaller beads and made more of something, right? But I just said, you know what the heck? We got this amount of coral. We got it for a really good price. And that's the thing too. When we get a good price, what we do is we share that. There's a lot of materials that you see from us.
He's so generous, isn't he?
No, honestly, to be honest with you, there's a lot of materials that we buy and we could actually sell the rough material as it is for a lot more than we ever sell it for in jewelry. Because when we bought it, it was one price, but then when it, when we actually, that's orange coral in Tucson.
Now, it grows in branches, right?
Well, no, there's different, there's branch coral.
Sort of the...
Well, there's branch coral, there's all forms of different kinds of coral, that are formed. And the main thing, the misconception that I have from, that a lot of people seem to have is they think it's some kind of plant, or that it grows like, it grows. It really doesn't. What you're buying is somebody's condo, right? Somebody moved out of their condo. So it is, all coral is formed by little starfish-looking microorganisms called polyps. And that's why you don't see any freshwater coral, right? You only see it in salt water. And the polyp, what it does is, if you can imagine, you look under a microscope, you'll see them, and they look like little starfish, and they'll have their tentacles moving like that, and they're getting the minerals and all of the nutrients that are in solution in the salt water. Sure. And then what they do is they secrete calcium carbonate, and they build a shell around themselves. And then when they die, they have what they call a bloom, and then more polyps move into that its shell, and then they build another shell. And so, you know, if you look and you think about it, you can actually see, if you look really close and see those patterns, that's how you can really tell if you have real coral or not. That's how you can tell if it's faux or not. On real coral, you'll actually be able to see the speckles, or you'll actually be able to see where the polyp, started and then built on it.
And I'm glad you pointed that out, because sometimes you see reconstituted coral where it's been crushed and then sort of pressed into a design. Yeah. Well, this is one big solid piece of coral. I mean, each of these beads, let me just hold up the ruler so you can see sort of put this in perspective for you. These are going to be some of the biggest stones we have in the entire hour. It's also one of the only organic gemstones, I think besides the amber, that you're going to see this hour as well. So if you want a beautiful gift from the sea, I mean, look at the size of these. The necklace extends. It started with a 19-inch length, and it has a nearly 3-inch extender on the back. And of course, you can wear it anywhere in between. We have the matching earrings for you. The earrings are only $39, and they come with a smaller sort of marquee shaped bead. And those are just the perfect complement to the necklace.
This is probably one of the largest, if not the largest, coral necklace I've ever made, as far as not strands. I mean, I've made 10-strand, red coral necklaces and black coral necklaces. So I've done a lot of, multi-strand. But as far as just cutting a shaped bead and graduating it, and if you look at the shape, right, this is kind of like a new thing that we're doing.
It's so beautiful.
And all of these.
Now, is it polished? How does it get that little sheen to
everything is hand cut and hand polished. So they take the coral. I showed you the rough material. They'll take that, they'll slice it out to whatever size bead they're going to do. Now, so like on this one, you've got like the piece of rough. You would cut the smaller beads from the top. The base of it, you could cut the larger beads from.
Thicker.
So yeah, so you would take this, if you think about it, right? And this is the rough, and this is just a piece. I just kind of scraped the barnacles and stuff off of it. You take this. So this right here, you would slice. And you could actually cut the larger beads from it. But this right here at the top, you could maybe get 1 bead or 2 beads here. And the rest of it, you just don't do anything with it. It's just, I mean, maybe you keep it later, maybe you can do some inlay with it or whatever. But it takes an amazing amount of coral. Probably takes about, to cut this necklace, right at, I would say